Very quick, Silvers. Broadcast view. Here come the lights. The PRL at Circuit of the Americas. Round 7 is underway. Going up the hill. Maybe is looking to the inside, but Dubsy's squeezing him out. Maybe dives in. Contact. No, the two cars. Dubsy and Majako. Now one of the Williams is around. That's got to be Mitchman around in turn 1. But in the lead of this race is Nick Dahi. Nick Dahi, the only car that didn't have contact. There's a Sauber around. Is that Ditch Witch? That would be unfortunate after an early or a quick qualifying time. And no, I don't think it was. Wavy Tyler has been disqualified. Not sure what happened there. But I'm pretty sure that is Pork Chops who was sliding through the S's. We are watching the leaders. Cooper Sonic has left the session, probably wrapped up in Wavy Tyler. Here they come. You can see that Mercedes pushing the Ferrari off the track there. Not sure if that was a little bit of latency. Here's Maybe working on Nick Dahi. That is Dubsy, who is the first Mercedes-based. Chief Ninja retired from the session. A lot of contact in this first lap. Turn 1 was rough because the leaders got together. The points leaders, your championship contenders, Maybe, and we've got a safety car. We've got a safety car. Here's Gordau in 3rd. Dubsy 4th. Started this race on the pole. Contact with Maybe made it an issue. See how far back we can get here. Here's Senna. Pudius back in 16th. Possibility that it wasn't Mitch Mann, or maybe there was another accident that caused some issues. Mitch Mann is in. No front wing on that car? I can't tell. Looked a little weird. Yeah, Tyler got spun by my computer car. Well, I don't understand why we have all these glitches. I don't understand it. That is Pork Chops there. What a wild start to this race. Mac, they're all equal in multiplayer, but they drive a little differently. It's a complicated thing. They each have different characteristics, but as far as performance goes, they're supposed to be equal. It's strange. Tyler bit by the broadcasting bug. I don't know why sometimes it throws my car in there. We leave the session to avoid that. We do it specifically to avoid that bug, and somehow it still happens. We're probably going to have to find a different way to figure that out. That's unfortunate. But the big story was the two leaders, Maybe and Dubsy, out front making contact in turn 1, and that brought everybody together. A whole lot of contact there in turn 1. Yes, you can't repeat. You can't repeat cars in the league, at least. I don't know about regular multiplayer. Not sure on that one. Let me see if I can get this out of the way. This is causing me issues here. Nope, my damn error message is just going to kill me. It'll kill me the whole time. Just gonna have to deal with it, I guess. Unless I can find a way to turn off notifications. Which I can't see it because of the error message. So here we are. Safety car conditions. Let's check in with Aaron Webb. Where is old Aaron Webb? Because we know he started at the rear. Sitting 8th on Super Softs after starting 21st. That's a pretty good opening lap there for Aaron Webb. Stayed clear of all the issues. He's got a Force India running in the back of him there, but there you go. Zusman has left the session. Real first lap carnage. Just bit everybody. Not an ideal situation, for sure. Let's check the message here. Old Skylar's tuning in. Getting in trouble with his girlfriend, probably. Watching stupid racing. A video game at that. We have fun, though. We have fun. Damn error message kill me. See, maybe. What is he thinking? Pits there? Well, look at him faking it. Guess we're gonna have one more lap on the safety car. That's gonna turn the lights off now. Does it do that in game? Maybe not. There's my car after I killed Tyler. It's a totally glitchy game when it comes to broadcast. Ah, so Moto America starts at CoTA. All right. I'll bring up Chad over here. Don't you, K-Dog is totally trying to jinx Gordow here. K-Dog says it'd be nice to see Gordow have a good finish, currently 3rd after some good starts, and then have issues. K-Dog is trying to jinx Gordow, and Gordow's like, shh, shh. Can't help it. It was an interesting start. We're going to have an interesting restart, too. MotoGP does it too. Higher trap speeds than F1. Them guys are crazy. Really crazy. Need a couple more wheels. Yeah, Zeke. Turn 1, buddy. Turn 1, Zeke. Pole sitter Dubsy and 2nd place maybe made contact. Dubsy spun in front of his teammate Majacko. Seemed like neither car got too much damage, but they did make contact. That stacked the whole field up. A lot of contact all the way through the first part of the race course. My glitched ghost car crashed Wavy Tyler, and it was just a true lap of carnage. But it looks like we're getting ready to restart this race. Nick Dahi in the lead. Gordow, you jinxed him, K-Dog. You jinxed him. Gordow from 3rd with issues on the restart. He's still 4th, but he's got Ditchwich looking to the inside, as well as Majacko. I think Majacko's got him. No, that's Dubsy. I'm sorry. Majacko must have pitted. So Majacko did get a little bit of damage off of that first lap accident. Ooh, maybe he's hanging out the rear end of that car. He's got Dubsy right behind him. Let's go ahead and zoom in on that battle, because after the turn 1 contact, I'm sure those guys will want to talk to each other. But honestly, the real mover in this race, Aaron Webb, Started 21st, sitting in 7th. He's got Clogmonger in front of him. On the super soft tires, we'll have to see. Aaron never did say they're 3 wide behind him, though. That's the Mercedes of Majacco trying to make up a couple positions, and he did it. Migrating host. That's not a good thing to be changing hosts in the middle of a race. But here we are. So Majacco's climbing back up through the field. Wonder what tires he's on. He's on the softs. So he got off the super softs onto the softs. Be interesting to see what kind of times we get out of that. They also have mediums as well that we're going to see tonight. Cinnaboy and J-Dub right there behind him. J-Dub's got Mitch Man all over him. Nick Dahi with the fastest lap of the race. Mitch Man looking to the inside, going to think better of it here in the final quarter. But he's going to try to get a run up the hill. Mitch Man looking for 10th. I think J-Dub might be able to hold him off there. Truck Dolphin, Pork Chop, Sassafras, Hoodius, Sergeant Slaughter, Brian Mosser, who is ghosted. I believe he is Gonzie's. Zuzman, Cooper, Sonic, both gone. So Nick Dahi in the lead, maybe in second. I really don't like the broadcast view on this track. Don't like it. Dubsy trying to run him down. A lot of lockup there for maybe. It's important with all of these cars on the Super Softs to stay in front. Gordow there in 4th. Jinxed by K-Dog, but still in this race. Dahi's got some lockup too. All these guys pushing as hard as they possibly can. Aaron Webb, who is now around Clogmonger. Majacco behind him. Boy, those softs must be really, really good right now because he's running Aaron down like he's sitting still. And Aaron's tires weren't used in qualifying, so they were fresh. Defending champion Majacco looking to make a move on Aaron. DRS should be enabled at this point. We'll need to check and see. DRS activation zone. You got one in on the front stretch, and then you got one on the long back stretch. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Brian lost connection. That's unfortunate. So Majacco goes around Aaron Webb. Now into 6th place, doing quite well. Aaron's not giving up, though. He says, I'm going to come right back up on your rear wing there. Let's get back to the front, see what's going on with old Dubsies. I just saw somebody spin. I just saw a spin right there. Half spin at least. You can see the DRS flaps open there for those drivers. Ooh, is that Dolphin trying to make a move on Mitch Man? Mitch Man, who's up to 9th now. Pork Chops and Cinnaboy in there as well. J-Dub trying to hold Mitch Man off. He's been holding Mitch Man off for multiple laps. Working so far. This is what happens when Aaron invites 22 people. Well, we knew there were going to be some connection issues because Aaron lost connection. So then the host migrated, and then the host migrated again in this race too. So it's hard to blame that on Aaron. As soon as I move away, he goes to make a move. Nothing yet. We got to check in on the points lead battle right here. throw a blanket over the top three, they're all right there. Currently, Dahi is able to hold these guys off, but for how long is the question? These have been your three strongest cars. There you see a little bit of connection slowdown right here. All sorts of weird connection issues tonight. Problems for Clogmonger, who's all the way at the back. He was up running with Aaron for 6th. Not sure what happened there. PRL rookie. Sergeant Slaughter's back there as well. So early issues possibly stemming from lap 1. Look at maybe all over the rear wing of Nick Dahi. Trying to find the lead here. Ooh. Connections. Man alive. Safety car is out. Whoa! Yeah, that's going to cause some issues. The safety car come out right as Dubsy was shooting in. Maybe decided to hit pit lane at that time too, but somehow ended up behind Dubsy. We're going to have to keep an eye on that to see if there's any sort of warnings or something. It was strange how that happened. We're going to have to see how they come out of the pits, because it seemed like they were trying to hold Dubsy there for a moment. Both drivers on mediums. Not sure if they think they can go the rest of the way or not. Didn't lose any positions. Everybody second on back went into the pits, which means the real loser, well, that's not true because Mitchman seems to have not. He's still out on softs, up in 4th. Gordow in 5th, who did pit. Pork Chop 6th. Cinnaboy 7th. Majacko 8th. He probably pitted as well. He did. On to the mediums goes Majacko. Ditchwitch 9th. And J-Dub 10th. But with this caution coming out, the real loser is poor Nick Dahi, the leader. He was already by the pits by the time the caution come out. So he is royally screwed. He's going to lose all of these positions and have to deal with the traffic on the restart. Very unfortunate for Nick Dahi. Absolute worst time for that caution to come out for him. Absolute worst. Second safety car period of the day. Maybe we can check the race director and find out what incident caused it. Oh, so they did. They did penalize Dubsy. He's got a stop and go penalty because of that issue that he had there with Maybe. So when he dove into the pits and Maybe stopped on the track to try to get into the pits, they penalized Dubsy. That's unfortunate for Dubsy because it's not his fault that Maybe stopped on the track. But that's a killer. Dubsy's going to have a stop and go penalty when they go back to green. Wow, very, very unfortunate there. So two big losers, Dahi and Dubsy. Dahi wasn't able to get into the pits. And Dubsy, while trying to get into the pits, had issues. It's been a wild race so far. Brian mentioned chaos. It is chaos. I don't think it's the kind of chaos he thinks it is, but it is chaotic right now. All sorts of contact. We've had two safety car periods. We've got drivers who missed the pits. We've got drivers who've got into the pits too well. Very, very wild stuff right now. really unfortunate for Dubsy because he couldn't do anything about that. Couldn't do anything about it. Who is your big leader? Who is your big winner here? Is it Mitch Mann? Because I don't think Mitch Mann pitted. Nick's got to pit. Dubsy's got to stop and go. That's going to put Maybe in the lead of this race. And there's Mitch Mann, who I don't think is pitted yet. Gordow and Pork Chop's there. Pork Chop's gained a lot of positions. Super soft tires. He's had to have been in the pits once. He's going to hit the pits again. Pork Chops is in. See if he goes to the mediums. I would not doubt it. Another set of super softs. Going to try to make some positions here. So let's get back up to the front. Nick Dahi has not pitted yet. Maybe he's hoping for another safety car. I'm not sure, but he's been on those super softs for 11 laps. Now, plenty of those were under caution period, but plenty weren't. Dubsy's on the mediums. Maybe who will come out to be the leader of this race on mediums as well. Hard to say if they'll be able to do 17 laps on mediums. That's the question. That is the question. We're going to find out. Any favorites, Twitch chat? What do we think? Who's going to win this race? Is it too early to tell with all of this so far? Maybe's in a pretty strong spot. He's going to inherit the lead of this race very soon. Unless Nick Dahi catches a break. But we'll see. Maybe he's going for 4 wins in a row. Tied with Dubsy for the points lead. That penalty that Dubsy is seeing now is going to play very, very highly into this. We're about to go back green. Must be in the helicopter cam here. Exercise says it's too soon to call. I'm not going to argue with you a bit. Because we've seen a lot of craziness so far. So we're green again. Nick Dahi in the lead. Dubsy in second on the mediums. Climbing the hill. Super cool corner here. Right back down it. Maybe in third. Doesn't need to get around these drivers because both have to hit pit lane. But you know he's right there thinking about it. It's unfortunate that they had these issues because all 3 of these drivers, they were nose to tail the whole time. There's Gordow. Looks like Majacko has moved around Mitch Mann. See if Dubsy makes a move here. He's looking, thinking about it. There you can see Majacko working his way back up. Mitch Mann in 6th. But the race for first Dubsy's got a stop and go penalty. He's got to serve. Unless they wiped it, I don't know. But it said on the race director he's got a penalty. He's got a number of laps to serve it. He's going to try and stay out as long as he can. You see maybe hanging it out. Gordau way loose coming off that final corner. No DRS yet. After that restart, here comes Dubsy for the lead. And Maybe's following him. I think Maybe's going to be held off there by Nick Dahi, but Dahi relinquishes the lead to Dubsy, who is trying to turn some fast laps before he has to serve that penalty. It's a very strange race right now because you've got three guys in three completely different situations running 1, 2, 3. You almost don't know what to expect. And Gordau and Majacko coming too. Majacko might be sitting better than any other driver in this race. Maybe sitting in third, but Majacko's coming. He's won a race so far this year. Gordau hasn't. He wants a little bit of that action. It's a real opportunity for Gordau because if he can get around maybe, he might be leading this race in a lap or two. See if Dahi hits pit road when Dubsy does. You know his tires got to be wearing out here. He's been on them too long. Just wait until Nuke gets in there. Hey, man, we got to get you in here. No pit for Dubsy this time. I don't know what the rule is in F1, but I know in NASCAR, IndyCar, you only got like 3 laps to serve that penalty. Maybe they let the penalty up. It was a bullcrap penalty, but computer games don't normally take bullcrap into account. See him working the S's here. Very, very technical portion of the track. Maybe trying to get around Nick Dahi. And behind them, just looking now, behind them, Gordau and Majacko racing. Majacko needs to get around Gordau before maybe gets around Dahi. But the DRSs are open. Maybe he's going to make that pass stick. But Dahi trying the over-under. No room to do it. No time to do it. You see Aaron Webb back there trying to make his way back forward. Driver started in the very back, made it all the way up to 6th, and then looked like he pitted during that caution period. He's racing with J-Dub right now. That car has super softs on the front and softs on the rear. I didn't know you could do that. Maybe you can't. Maybe it's a glitch. But that car has super softs on the front and softs on the rear. And if you didn't see, Nick Dahi had a slip. Dahi had a slip. I think Gordau got caught up behind him, and Majacko passed them both. There's Gordau working Dahi right now. Hell yeah, Nuke, get signed up, buddy. Man, Gordau's trying hard. Dahi, of course, on some old tires, trying to make them last. He can make this a one stop at this point. Just depends on what tire he's got to go on. He's got DRS enabled. Aaron Webb there trying to make a pass on J-Dub. Looks like he's going to make it stick. Aaron Webb up to 6th once more. Gordau on the inside. Oh, he hit Dahi real tight. Dahi's able to hold him off, but Gordow's got a good line here for an over-under, but now he's on the outside. Whoa, a little bit of teleportation there for Dahi. Gordow's got Aaron Webb to the outside now. Oh, toe contact! Aaron Webb come across his nose. Gordow's out. J-Dub also in that. We're not seeing J-Dub. Where did he go? He's in the pits. Tire is flat spotted. I can't tell if it's actually flat. But looks like J-Dub's going to be okay. He's going to... No, he's done. He's gone. I don't know what happened there. But we saw the race. Aaron Webb and Gordow side by side. Webb and Gordow made contact, with Gordow getting the worst of it. Now Aaron Webb is in fourth. Gordow spun in front of J-Dub, cost both of those drivers. And we have thinned the field once more. Drunk Dolphin in fifth. Hoodius sitting sixth. Very high position for him. He's looking good. Sergeant Slaughter back to seventh. Clogmonger, who was up front and went all the way to the back, is now back to eighth in this race. Yeah, Gordow, we're sick for you, man. It's every week. Every week something bites him. Nick Dahi has hit pit road. He's back to 10th. He's on mediums. Going to go the rest of the way. Yeah, it was a lot of side-by-side action. You were side-by-side with Dahi, and then Aaron came up, and it was just, I don't know, it just running out of racing real estate, I guess. Mitch Mann in 13th. He's been all over this race as well. So we're back to our leader, Mr. Dubsy. Somehow our sound is glitched too, so we're having all sorts of issues tonight. But our sound is glitched. Dubsy's in the lead. We thought he had a penalty. Apparently he doesn't. Maybe trying to run him down because they're on the same tire strategy. Let's see if we can check the race director. See, they still got Dubsy as a stop and go. J-Dub got a drive-through penalty. I'm not sure what Majako's got there, but I don't know where that penalty went for Dubsy. Aaron Webb going purple, fastest lap of the race, now running fourth. He's on super soft, so he needs to be running quick laps. Got another pit stop. I'm not sure if our leaders do or not. Majako, most likely not. Dubsy and maybe are going to be really, really tight. This sound glitch is really jacking with me right now. This is rough. It happened when the crash happened. We were watching Gordow, and when Gordow retired, the sound does its little thing, and it stuck with the entire race. Even on the inboard here. You can see him working that wheel. The car's loose because he's pushing it. He's giving it everything he's got. Got a pretty solid lead on Maybe, though. 1.4 seconds back is Maybe. Nuke, you go to precisionracingleague.com. You go to the forums, and it's the American Formula One 2016 League in Season 8, North American League. Majacko 3 seconds back on his mediums. I think he can go to the finish. Aaron Webb on Super Softs is not going to make it. Yeah, we saw the lag, Gordell. We actually seen it. I don't know if you've seen at the bottom of the screen, but the host changed in the middle of the race. In the qualifying session, Aaron had a host change when he dropped out, and then in the middle of the race, the host changed again. So we were expecting to see some lag from a handful of people. I don't think it was Nick, actually. I think it was just the server. Well, it's a little strange. We've got glitched sound, but we're still here. PRL Round 7 at the Circuit of the Americas. It's been a chaotic, wild, and crazy night. The PRL never ceases to amaze and never disappoints. Every time, Gordell, every time it's unfortunate. You can't catch any luck. Maybe's gone! What happened to Maybe? Tied for the points lead. Maybe is out of this race. Another disconnect. This time biting one of your championship points battling favorites. 3 wins in a row. He's not going to be able to make it 4. Maybe out of this race. Wow. Dubsy leading, Majacko now second, and Aaron Webb coming on Maybe's Ghost for 3rd. Now looking at a podium after starting this race dead last. And he still has super soft front tires and soft rear tires. I don't know how he worked that. I really don't. It can't be good. Here's Hoodius back here in 5th, having the best run of his PRL Formula One career. And if he can catch Maybe, he'll be looking at 4th. Nick Dahi in 6th, though. He's going to try to have something to say about that to Hoodius. Nick Dahi, who really had a terrible deal earlier because he was the only guy that couldn't get in the pits when the safety car come. He was already by the pits. Really unfortunate. Drunk Dolphin in 7th, Mitch Mann in 8th, Sergeant Slaughter 9th, Pork Chops rounding out your top 10, Ditch Witch in 11th, not having the race he wanted. He had a really quick car in qualifying. Sassafras hanging around in 12th, Clogmonger back to 13th, Cinnamboy 14th, J-Dub, who is out of this race, and it should be everybody behind him as well. Yeah, hard to say, Gordell. Hard to say. I don't understand why there's a Haas car ghosted in front of Majacko. There was only one Haas car in this race. We're having all sorts of issues tonight. This is a rough lobby tonight. We knew we were going to have some problems. We've had disconnects. We've had host migrating. A little bit of everything. Contact. Pit penalties. The full gamut has been run tonight. But this race is not over. And maybe, technically, with a disconnect, has his chance to have a decent finish. Because he will still score points with disconnect. Wherever his car continues to run, he will finish there. That is a PRL rule. So his points night might not be as bad as it possibly could be, but we'll see. He's going to be sick about it because he thought he could get back up there and win this race. Majacko conserving those tires. His chance in this race depends on if Dubsy can make it all the way. Dubsy's been on those tires for a long time. At least half of this race, maybe longer, if he's going to make it to the finish. There's my car in the grass, another glitch. Yeah, I did see that, Gordell. I don't know what is going on with that. I do not know. A buggy evening here on Formula 1 2016. So Dubsy lead. Majacko in second. Nuke, K-Dog left you a link there, buddy. You got a link that you could go to the forum with. Ditch Witch with the fastest lap. We said he's got a quick car. Look at Aaron, though. Is Aaron catching? I think Aaron is catching Majacko. Aaron's got to have another pit stop. Unless, maybe, those red sidewall front tires are actually softs. They could just be showing red. Maybe they're softs, and maybe he can make them last. But we have no idea at this point. We're not sure what kind of tires are on that car. Here comes Aaron Webb into the pits. See what kind of tires he puts on. Started this race dead last. Hey Jonesy, how's it going, man? So he's in. Those are super softs going on. Not sure. He's not lost any positions yet. Nick Dahi coming. He's going to get out in front of him. Let's see if he can get those tires up to temp. Dahi's trying to catch him. Webb, who's doing a two-stopper. Dahi on a one-stopper. Doesn't look like Dahi's going to be able to get close enough to make anything happen here. I think Aaron is comfortably on that podium for now. Now the question is, can our leader Dubsy make it all the way? Does he have 5 laps left in him? We've seen this from Dubsy before. 2 weeks in a row, he's blown a tire. 2 weeks in a row, he's cost himself a chance at the win by pushing those tires too far. But now, he has to. Because if he pits, he's going to lose the lead to his teammate. His teammate's not going to pit. He can go all the way. So Dubsy, if he wants to win this race, has no other choice. He's got to make him go all the way. Got to do some number crunching for the EPA at my internship. That sounds interesting, Jonesy. Five laps left in this race. Dubsy, your leader, points leader, was tied with maybe, but maybe with his disconnection, all the way back to 8th now. Hoodius and Mitchman has made the passes around him. Very unfortunate for Maybe. It's an unfortunate race for a lot of race car drivers here. CoTA, Steve, and it's been crazy. A little glitchy, crazy, everything. We've had a little bit of everything tonight. We're looking at Maybe right now, who is glitched out of this race. He's not a part of it any longer. We've got a random Haas car driving around the track. My car took out Tyler and is in the grass. Dubsy has that supposed stop and go penalty. It's been crazy. We had a little bit of lag. The host migrated twice. Crazy, 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 crazy. Good deal, Nuke. Contact between Maybe and Dubsy started this race in turn 1. Yeah, I'm at a loss for words, really. Honestly. It's not been the usual PRL race. It's been strange is the word. Aaron Webb with the fastest lap of the race. He's on super softs. Probably within the pit delta for the second place car, but we don't believe Majacko is going to stop, and we're not sure that Dubsy can make it to the end. Dubsy's had a flat tire in the last 2 races that cost him. So will he push it that far? He knows he's got a good points night tonight with Maybe, who is disconnected from this racing event. So does he play it safe or does he go for broke? He's not finished worse than second all year. Only 1 win in the season opener. He wants another one. So will he chance it? Will he risk it? Or will he play it safe? Can't have too much of that tire lock up. Steve, I was terrible in Dubai. Tuesday was bad. Somehow I lost a second in practice from what I was running the night before. I was very comfortable on Monday, felt really good about it on a track that I didn't know. I learned it and felt really good. And the next night I was a second slower. So I kind of let it go and I put mediums on the car because we were having tire problems, making them last. I was terrible on the mediums. So I made some adjustments to help the mediums, and it just got worse and worse and snowballed. I wrecked 4 times. I think I spun 4 times. I got in a couple crashes with other cars in the pit wall, and then I got like 3 or 4 penalties for cut tracks, which were mostly bullcrap, but it was bad. I finished 9th. Really bad. Yeah, K-Dog says, let's not talk about Dubai. K-Dog had a very quick car and had trouble too. Yeah, the Audi team was not a big fan of Dubai. We're looking forward to Monaco, which is going to be nuts next week. Monaco is going to be nuts. Gordout says, told you Dubai was a bad track. I hate it. That is my worst performance in a PRL event, I can tell you. So we're watching Dubsy. Willie Pitt, his teammate, 4 seconds back. Can Dubsy make it all the way? The sound is glitched, so it's a little strange. Yeah, Max looking forward to it. Max looking for 4 in a row. Just like Maybe was, Max looking for 4 in a row. Real good start to the season for Mac. Steve's thinking about sponsoring the first Enduro. Dre, yeah, it will be mayhem. I think I called it a bloodbath. It will be for that for sure. But it's going to be fun. Street course racing's super fun. So let's go through the field. We got 2 laps left. Majacko is 7 seconds back from the race leader. Aaron Webb 18 seconds back on the podium in 3rd. Nick Dahi in 4th. Drunk Dolphin in 5th. Mitch Mann in 6th. Hoodius in 7th. Pork Chops 8th. Sergeant Slaughter in 9th. Ditch Witch 10th. Maybe out of the points now as a ghosted car. Very tough night for Maybe. Clogmonger is 12th, Cinnaboy in 13th, Sassafras in 14th, and then we are to J-Dub Brian Mosser, Zuzman, Coopersonic, and that is the rest of this field, and they were all ghosted the final. Gordow says PRL Indy 500 happening. Hell yeah. As soon as we get Project Cars 2, day one, baby, we're going to do it. Day one. I'll be taking that day off to stream Project Cars 2 all day when it releases, so expect to see it. Dubsy didn't pit. Dubsy started this race on the pole, went down into turn number 1 and made contact with his championship competitor. Maybe. Went back to 4th and worked his way back up front. Had an issue on a safety car period. We thought he had a penalty that he had to serve, a stop and go penalty. Apparently he did not. So here he is on the final lap of this race. He's been on these tires for a long time. Steve, I don't think we've got a release date yet, but we're looking at September. We know Dubsy's trying to make these tires last. He's had 2 races in a row where he's cut tires and it cost him big. But he believes he can get to the end this time. Aaron Webb, who started this race dead last, now up to 3rd, looking at a podium finish after being kicked out of qualifying. We've had a few disconnects, plenty of glitches and problems tonight. But once again, points leader Dubsy coming through in the clutch. He's not finished any one of the 6 previous races any worse than 6th. But tonight, at the Circuit of the Americas, Dubsy is going to bring it home in first for his 2nd PRL win of the season. Round 7, kind to your points leader. Majacko finishes 2nd. Aaron Webb, great drive to a podium finish. Nick Dahi's going to bring home that Red Bull in 4th. I am a drunk dolphin with a really good finish here, looking at a top 5 in that Toro Rosso, making the bull work in Texas. Mitchman, another driver having a good run. 6th place, I think that's his best PRL finish. Hoodius, very happy with a 7th place. Pork Chops in 8th. Sergeant Slaughter looking to bring home his car in 9th. And Ditch Witch. We had a good qualifying effort, not the race that he wanted, but he's looking at a 10th place finish. Clogmonger in 11th in his first PRL race. Cinneboy trying to get him there at the line, but unable to do so. So here's Dubsy. Started pole, finishes as your race winner. Teammate Majacko right there in 2nd. Aaron Webb 3rd. Nick Dahi 4th. And Drunk Dolphin rounding out your top 5. What a wild night. Pork Chop's best finish in PRL competition. Hell yeah, buddy. It was definitely a wild night to get it. Look at them Mercedes right up top. Mitch Man thanking the Lord for his 6th place finish. A lot of good runs out there tonight. A lot of good runs. Aaron up 17 spots on the evening. Thank you, Wizard. Appreciate it. A little strange one tonight. It's not usual to be like this with the with the crazy glitches and everything we've had going on. Typically, we get a little more action, but it was a very strange evening. But you'll have that. It's racing. You'll have strange evenings.